Hey Planner fam, it's Chloe here. Now, a planning system works best if you have a routine for consistently planning and reviewing your week. I know it sounds so simple, but stick with me here because it's usually the things that seem so simple and sound so basic that we usually miss, because when you don't know what you don't know, you don't know what to do. Now, I am speaking from experience. When I first started to try and develop a planning routine, I'd made the assumption that if I buy this planner, it is going to make me more productive and organised. Unfortunately, there is not an osmosis effect of just buy a planner and magically you turn into this organisational, productive unicorn. I realised that, I had 3 consistent years of failure. The only thing I was doing consistently was failing to use my planner. It wasn't until I read a couple of books. It was The Compound Effect, I want to say by Darren Hardy, and Atomic Habits by James Clear. Those 2 books gave me a massive aha moment, and they caused me to challenge myself for 100 days to use a planner and only plan basic things. My issues before was that I was overwhelming myself by trying to create a social media schedule and a collection launch schedule and a fitness schedule and I was trying to plan all the things. I was trying to run before I could walk. So in my challenge, my 100-day challenge, I was only allowed to plan very basic things, which was meals and what the kids were doing, making sure I was on top of their clubs and things that were happening at school as well. And obviously any dates, doctor's appointment, dentist, very basic things that revolve around keeping the household running smoothly. Happy home, happy life. That challenge went really, really well and it helped me. I stuck with it for 100 days. I did not skip a day because I made it so basic. I boiled it down to its most basic, simplest thing that I could do in, say, 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, and it not be a massive stress out. Moving forward, I've realised that okay, you have to have the habit, but you also need to have the habit of not just planning but reviewing your progress so that you can move forward and get that 1% better every day. So I'm going to do a quick flip through of my planner to show you what I am doing at the moment. I won't do a flip through of what I'm using and all of that. I will pop a link, not just for the books, but I'll pop a link to another video where I'll do a quick flip through of how I've got my planner currently set up. I have a section in my planner where it is my plan and review section. And what I tend to do is at the end of the week, I will review how I got on, and then I will plan my week. Now, if you haven't used a worksheet where you're planning out your week, then you kind of can't review it until you've at least got a week under your belt. So how I tend to plan out my week is I will start off by writing a motivational. Now this could be a scripture verse that I've found particularly inspiring. It could be a quote from a book. It could be something that I've heard on a podcast, or I might just go on to Google and type in a word or a phrase and look up some quotes around that if I'm looking for motivation. If something hasn't landed in my lap, then I will go searching for something. And I just write it in here, and it's something to just bring me back to home, as it were, every week, during the week, throughout the week, I should say. Next is my intention. What is my intention for the week? What am I intending to do and achieve? And this isn't necessarily a goal type of project thing. This is more, am I intending to be more calm this week? Am I intending to focus on a little bit of self-care, taking care of my nails, or using body cream every day? Or is it to spend time with the kids? So I try and have an intention for the week. Then I've got my top 3 priorities, and this is where we're getting down to the things that, these are the inspirational things, and then these are the actual things that I need to get on with. So my top 3 priorities: a goal to achieve and why, and then I will usually further map that goal out later on in my planner, but this is just a starting off point. And then I have 3 buckets here, and I've decided to divvy these up into a bucket for people to contact, so calls, emails, messages, a bucket for things to buy or return or waiting for. So this is my shopping bucket. And then the last bucket is just an extra list for any to-dos and errands that I need to get done during the week ahead. Then what happens when I get to the end of the week, I will turn over the page and I will start doing a review. So I do have to do a bit of a flipping backwards and forwards, but I like to review what were my wins. Always starting off with the wins. It's really important. And at first I feel like, oh, I didn't have any wins. But when you just spend a few more moments thinking about your week, going over everything that's happened, you can begin to see what your wins are, especially if you look back over your motivational, your intention, your priorities, your goals, and your buckets for the other important things for that week. Then you can begin to jog your memory of what's been working and find your wins in those areas. Next is, what do I need to revisit? So whilst I'm reviewing my week that's gone, I will usually be like, oh, I didn't call such and such, or I didn't get through some of my errands, or I didn't quite nail my goal, or perhaps I only achieved 2 of my top 3 priorities. So looking at what I need to revisit gives me a chance to start listing out the things where I just need to do a little bit of a tweak and get back on track. Next, what did I learn? Again, another really important one, that we view our week that's gone with a... I don't want it to sound like it's toxic positivity, but it's looking back and not beating ourselves up if we didn't nail everything. I think that's the more important thing than sort of going down this, oh, we can only look at the positives. It's seeing the negatives by what do I need to revisit and what did I learn perhaps, but not beating ourselves up with those kind of minus points, if you will. So what did I learn? There's always something that I've learned during the week, whether it's about myself, about someone else, or it's some sort of productivity tip that I've discovered from someone on YouTube, or something in a book that I've learned. There's always something that I've learned. And usually it's something about myself that I've discovered that maybe needs some improvement, or maybe was something that is an achievement that I'd kind of brushed off and thought, yeah, that's not really anything. But actually, maybe I've had an interaction with someone and they've made me realise that actually what I've done there is really, really valid, and I should take a moment to feel proud of myself. And then finally, what am I thankful for? I really love gratitude. I do a line a day at the end of every day of one thing that I am thankful for. And I also like to do the same again at the end of the week. Once I've done a review, I've taken stock of how my week went, I can pull out the things that I'm really thankful for during that week. Once I've done the review, it then allows me to move on and plan the following week, because I'm usually looking at, okay, the what do I need to revisit section, as well as looking at what my wins were, so I can add in a few more wins to kind of stack them up and build them up a bit more. Once I've done my plan and my review and then my plan for the week, I go to my weekly insert where I will start looking at what my top priorities are for the week, what my goal is, and some of the errands and calls and shopping that I need to do. And then I will start mapping them out into my week ahead. Now I've got a week on 2 spread, but it's actually a week on 1 page. And then on the opposite page is where I can do my menu planning. Like I said, I do my daily gratitudes at the end of every day. I like to write in one thing that I'm thankful for, and then I've got space for some notes as well. On my weekly setup, I've got a schedule section, so there are little boxes there where I can put in timed items that say appointments or things that I need to do on a certain time, and then on the other side is more of a tick box to do kind of panel where I can add in, oh, I mustn't forget to, I don't know, take out the recycling on Wednesday. So when I get to the end of my week, I can also use this insert to look over and again use that as part of my review. What were my wins? What do I need to revisit? What did I learn? And what am I thankful for? I can use this to jog my memory. And it's having this system of planning, reviewing, planning, reviewing that keeps me on track with the things that I need to do. Now, do I do absolutely everything that I write down I'm going to do? No, I don't. I maybe do about 70 to 80% of it some weeks. On other weeks, I might do 95% of it. I might have a really productive and epic week. But I think the most important takeaway that I've learned is to not beat myself up if I haven't ticked off all of my to-dos, or I haven't ticked off all of the errands, or done all of the calls or emails that I was meant to do, or I haven't completed my goal in the way that I wanted to do. I found it really important to focus on the wins and focus on the learning and the thankfulness so that I can move forward in a more positive frame of mind. Now, I like to do my plan and review session at the end of a week, either on a Sunday or a Monday. Sometimes it does slip into a Tuesday, depending on how hectic the weekend has been. And I might be catching up on housework and things on Monday and just think, oh, I just don't feel like going into my planner. I'm still catching up from being out and about on the weekend. And yeah, things slip. So, and that's okay. But what I do like to do is make it into almost like a mini ritual. I will make sure I've got a nice warm drink. I will make my desk area nice and cozy. I will get all of my supplies out. So my pencil case, my I've got some other little craft bits in these plastic wallets, as well as a little book with my mini icon stickers, so I can pop some stickers down, which is always fun. And I just turn it into a really nice calming practice. So I don't necessarily want to be hurried, but if I've only got 5 minutes and the 5 minutes is just reviewing how the week went on a Sunday evening, then that is fine. If I then wait until the Monday morning to do my plan, that is also fine. Both options work. So guys, I hope you found this useful. I hope that there's a few takeaways or aha moments that you've had. Do comment below if there's any extra tips that you've got that you want to add, or anything that you're like, actually, I'm going to steal that idea because I can utilize that to help me with my routine or my consistency or planning and reviewing my week. I will pop links to the books that I've mentioned. So I think it was the Compound Effect and Atomic Habits. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video, which should be popping up over here.